Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are diving into the new palette from Adept Cosmetics. We have the Minka Palette. We talk about the color story, we do some swatches, we play around with it, we talk about the new packaging. But you guys, we just talk all things Adept today. Anyways, before we jump in, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell for notifications of new videos. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. But if you want to see how I got this eye look using the new Minka Palette from Adept Cosmetics, just keep watching. Okay you guys, we've got to get ready for work and I have the new Adept Cosmetics Minka palette in front of me. I have been so excited for this. The color story on it is very gorgeous. You have some purpley tones, some kind of like mauve-y, you have a brown, and then the shimmers, chromes, multi-chromes just look absolutely gorgeous. I cannot wait to dive in and swatch these to see. When I sent a screenshot of this to Emily, she was like, you gotta use the green, which is the shade Joshua. I was like, okay, but like there's so many other shades that I'm like, I understand her draw to Joshua. That shade is gorgeous. But I'm also looking at some of the like pinky and purpley shades and I was like, ooh, I don't know what I want to do. But just to give you an idea. Now, with this palette, they changed their packaging. So if you have watched Adept Cosmetics and you've purchased some of their stuff in the past, I have a bunch of it with me that either I picked up while I was here or I just traveled with. Actually, I picked up one while I was here, which is the Unity palette. And it's, so a lot of it's like the cardboard. This one has the lace on top of it. Very different than Minka, where it's just kind of like a basic acrylic plastic material, which honestly gives me like Natasha Denona vibes. They're literally the same size almost. They're the plastic acrylic material. And then the other thing, I mean, this part I do like. So it still has the holes on the back where you can push through and rearrange your pans. I don't do that. I like to know the name, and especially because when I use my palettes again on camera with you guys, I'm not messing up the names because they're moved. But I've seen a lot of people who have rearranged them and I'm like, ooh, I do like that. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but I figured I would show you, like, there's a difference in their packaging now. So like Amy loves beautiful, gorgeous, glittery, like it's just yummy. You've got Samarian, also more cardboard packaging, but it's got like the leather-esque material around it. My favorite is the Legend of Ardra. Like, can we just appreciate this packaging? Like, I understand why they changed. They changed to something that's easier to recycle. I don't have a pan like that, so I'm not thinking about recycling my package as frequently as others might, but like, I can understand not being able to recycle something like this because you would have to strip the fabric or whatever material it is in order to be able to recycle like the inner parts of it. So I know that I've seen some posts about the like change and everything. Don't get me wrong, I like these palettes. I love that they all have like a different personality. This is only their first one with the plastic packaging, the acrylic packaging. So I'm interested to see what like future ones look like. Like, are they gonna have a design? I know Natasha Denona is the only one that I really know that has packaging like this. So I don't like, and she's done some things with her packaging that's had some personality. I don't know the price point on that, which can also drive the price of a palette. But I do love Adept Cosmetics. I love their shades. I love the quality of it. So I'm excited to dive in. I want to know your thoughts. Like, do you like their original packaging? Do you like the new packaging? Are you not bothered by either? Like, anyways, let me go ahead and swatch these, see what I want to do, and we will dive in. Let's talk about these swatches. They did not disappoint. I am so glad I picked up this palette. The matte's beautiful. They're not always my favorite because I love the shine, the sparkle, the glitz. But these are very buttery smooth. I loved how they swatched. There's no skipping, there's no tugging, no pulling. I feel like they're going to be good to blend and give some great dimension in the outer V and the crease. But the shimmers, the glitters, there are a couple. So like Maya is definitely one of those glittery, like it felt a little bit gritty. So it's not as smooth as some of the other ones, but it is one of those like pressed, chunky, it's got some glitter particles. but there was some grit to it when I picked it up. I think Ava is also like that. And there's another one that's very similar. I think it was like Emma, but they're going to be your shades that have kind of an eyeshadow base with your glitter particles that aren't as like micro and fine as others. Whereas when I get into some of these shimmers, so Sandra and Clara, I think those are the two that I really noticed where they are mostly the color that they look in the pan. Like Sandra and Clara. Clara's a really pretty pink shade, but there's not a lot of shift. There's not a lot of dimension to it. It is a really pretty shimmer, and I feel like you can still have some fun with that. I feel like I could get a lot of use out of Sandra for work because it's not super chunky glitter, but it's also got a shimmer and it's light enough that I could just pop it in this area and be out the door fine with the shade Ariana, which is that beautiful matte brown. Now I feel like Eliza, that shade, really stunning. I love the pink with the green on top of it and the shift that it has. The shade Linda, there is so much going on with that shade. It's got like brown underneath with bronzy tones and gold and blue and green, and it's like the glitter bottles just got jumbled together and spit into a shade, but I'm not mad at it, and it's absolutely mesmerizing, and I kind of want to do that today. I'm looking at it, I was like, ooh, I feel like if I turn my head this way, I'm going to see some green. If I turn my head this way, I'm going to see some blue, and maybe if I like look down, I might see some brown. What the heck is going on with that shade? But it is stunning. Absolutely stunning. Like I'm looking at it, and it is almost in the middle of the palette. I'm drawn to it. With all the other shades, I am drawn to that one a lot. The shade Maya is kind of similar, but it's lighter tones where you got the golds and the pinks and the orangey shades and the blues, whereas Linda's a little bit darker and more intense. I need to know your guys' thoughts. If you picked up this palette and you've swatched it, played around with it, what are your favorite shades? Because I don't know that I can narrow it down because there's so many beautiful options in here. I want to prime my eyes, I want to wipe off the swatches, and I want to dive right in. I am excited for this. So let me figure out what I want to do around the shade Linda, because we're using it. We're using that today. I just don't know if we're going to go deep with the shade Maria, which is deep purple, or are we going to stick to the browns? But I do know that we've got some purple mauve shades that we're going to play with. So let me figure it out and we'll be back. I have a way forward and I am really excited for this. Okay, I'm going to go into the shade Alana. I would say Elena, but my sister's middle name is Elena and there's an I in it, so I'm thinking it's Alana. If you know how to pronounce the names, let me know. But I just know from like my sister's middle name, I would mess with her when we were younger. And I know I would always tell her middle name is spelled wrong, that there's an E instead of an A. And I'd be like, Courtney Elaine. And she's like, it's Elaine. Oh man, that's why I was like, this isn't Elena, this is like Alana. Anyways, random thoughts. You guys, I did not sleep well last night. So the past couple days, I have been under the weather with a respiratory infection. I think it's a respiratory infection. I need to go to medical. They're not open on the weekend here. I could drive an hour. I'm not doing that. So I've just been using meds that I've got in my collection. I say collection. I don't have a collection of meds. I pick up Dayquil or Mucinex. It's not issue to me. And then I just kind of treat my symptoms because I've had them in the past. I think it's a respiratory infection. Luke is like, just be careful. You need to make sure. And I was like, I get that. But like, I don't have a fever. I don't have body sweats or anything like that. I have a cough, a throat tickle, and like a little bit of mucus. I think it's a respiratory infection. And I feel it right here. It's not like a head cold. It's not anything else. Like, I feel it right here in this area, so I'm feeling like it's a respiratory infection. I just know it's not comfortable, and like until I can get into medical on Monday, I'm doing what I can do with what I got and what's available. And I did not go anywhere yesterday. I did film, so you'll probably have seen that video right before this one. I doubt I'm going to do them out of order. But then I was trying to go to sleep last night, and my mind wouldn't shut off. I was like, I did stuff today. Like, I read my book. Well, I listened to my book, listened to some music, I filmed, I uploaded, I did a bunch of things. My brain, when I was trying to go to bed at 9:30, 10 o'clock, when I tried to shut down, it was just in overdrive. It wanted to be on TikTok. I'm literally laying there and I was like, I need something to like distract. TikTok doesn't distract in a positive way. TikTok like makes your brain go more active, and I'm like, what am I doing? I tried to put on like some Anya and ambient sleep time music on Spotify. That didn't work. I did not fall asleep till probably about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, what is going on? I never am up past like 10. I usually get up in the morning and go to the gym at 4 a.m. during the week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Like I switch it up because sometimes I'm not motivated to get up. If it's cold, I'm like, oh, I don't want to. But I still like during the week, I'm up at 4 a.m. So like by the time I go to like decompress and fall asleep, I'm out. That did not happen last night. All right, so we've got a good base right here. I kind of wonder if I need to deepen up this crease a little bit before I do the brown. So you guys, I did not want to get up this morning, but I was like, oh, I have to. And we were able to get the hours that we work on the weekends going into the shade Ariana. So we're open 7 days a week, my office. Except this year, we got it closed for Christmas, which hasn't happened in the past. My understanding is it's never been closed. But I was able to get my boss and our boss to sign off on closing for Christmas, which was a first. I'm like, all right, cool. We got to win. Well, now we're starting to look at some of the hours that were open on the weekends and if it's beneficial for my guys to be sitting there and not being productive. So we've been evaluating the customer service hours that we have, just whether or not we actually need to be open until 3 p.m. on a Sunday when no one is coming. So I had them kind of keep track of everything that they did from when we opened to when we closed. What was your productivity over the course of 2 weekends? We are not that busy after 12 o'clock. So we get to modify our hours on the weekends, which I feel like is a win because I get to give my personnel their time back on the weekends a little bit. It's not 100% back, but it's something more than what they had. And I work 1 day a week or 1 day on the weekend. Usually it's a Sunday, just to kind of break up the monotony of the week. And Sundays are usually the slowest, so I get more done and caught up on things that I did not accomplish during the week because everyone is there and they all have something that needs to be done. So I kind of get to do me time at the office and get caught up on what I need to do that no one else cares that I need to do. So I don't have to go in for too long, but I go in for like 3 hours on the weekend now. Before it was like 8 to 15, now it's 8 to 12. So I feel like I got to win. My guys have their time back. I'm trying to leave it better than what I got it and help my guys out and build their morale. And like off time is morale building. Not sitting at a window waiting and twiddling your thumbs hoping that someone shows up and needs help. That's where we're at for right now. I think I'm going to build it up more after I've done my base products because I can kind of get more of a define like this is what it looks like, but this is where we're starting off. So I've got the purple peeking through. I've got a little bit of that brown in the outer corner. I haven't gone in with my compacted smudge brush. I'll do that after I do my base products and everything and I deepen up underneath in the outer corner. But for now, we started. Now I'm going to go into shade Linda. She is gorgeous. This reminds me of my big sister in the Big Sister Big Brother program. I met her when I was in 2nd grade on Valentine's Day, and that was our anniversary, which was a couple days ago. However, she's no longer with us. She passed a couple of years ago. I had just gotten stationed in Japan. I had just gotten to my second command over there, and I got a message from one of her friends to let me know that she had passed. And we had met up before I flew over there. So we got to kind of sit down, visit. Big Brothers Big Sisters in Florida did a news article on us because we were the longest ongoing big sister little sister couple that they had on record. They didn't know, and Linda had reached out to them to tell them, hey, we still get together, we still meet up, like when she gets back from the military, like we're always seeing each other, which I need to see if I can find that clip and download it, like to see us together. And like they did an article on it. Going into shade Mia, she was such a sweet woman. And I didn't know until we did that article or that news piece why she became a big sister. but she had 2 sons that I've met, and her husband, like, he's super sweet as well. But she wanted a daughter and they never had a daughter. So she started in the Big Sister program, and she just honestly was that, like, mother figure. Super sweet. I absolutely loved her. And I was very sad when she passed, but I'm glad I had the opportunity to see her before I left and deployed. But I saw that name and I was thinking about her all of a sudden. I was like, it's been a little bit. Try not to get teary-eyed. Like, I've been very emotional lately. I feel like I cry a lot or start to get on the verge of tears in my videos lately because I'm reminiscing. All right, that's where we are with Linda and Mia. I'm gonna go and do some face products and I will be back so we can finish off the eye look. Okay, you guys, let's dive back in and finish off the eyes. We're gonna go into the shade Alana, and I'm gonna pick up my little tiny compacted smudge brush. I'm gonna drag that shade the entire length and then probably use my fluffy crease brush to put some more back in the crease. Oh, of course I just dabbed. What the heck was that? I don't even know how I fumbled the eyeshadow into my cheek. That's just so weird. I really like that, and it's just kind of like a purple smokiness. Might deepen it up a little bit. And now into the shade Ariana. We're going to deepen up the brown before I go back into Alana. Alright, switching to my compacted smudge brush for Ariana and just tapping on the edge. This is going to make it more intense from what it was, whereas I used a fluffy crease brush prior, all the words, so it wasn't as intense. I am wiping it off each time I go in because I don't want it to disperse the glitter too far out, so I just cleared it off again and I'm going to drag it under just to deepen that up a little bit. Alright, and then going into Alana on my fluffy crease brush, just picked up a little bit of it and we're just going to brush that on the outside edge. Just to add that purple in and make sure it's blending on the edges properly. Brows, liner, mascara, and lips, and I will be back with the final look. Okay, you guys, I am back and this is the final look. I'm loving how my eyes turned out. These shades are breathtaking. I love the multi-chromes from Adept Cosmetics. Their shimmers are stunning. The shade Linda and Mia that I used together are absolutely gorgeous. I really like how they're playing around on the eyes and it just kind of looks like sparkling stars. I just don't know if the camera's doing it justice. I want to know, are you picking up this palette? Do you like the color story? Have you tried Adept Cosmetics? I am so thankful that I found them when I did because their palettes have quickly become some of my favorites. I love the indie brands that I've been trying out. Adept, there's Ensley, Unearthly. Let me know if there's any that I haven't tried recently that you think I should. I will definitely try and pick some of them up. I know I've picked up a couple recently that I'm waiting to have delivered. So let me know your thoughts. Are you picking this up? Did you pass on it? Are you thinking you need to pick it up now? But that is it for this video, you guys. Let me know your thoughts. Put it in the comments. We'll have that conversation. Before you guys leave, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell for notifications of new videos. And if you like this video, make sure to hit a big thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And until my next video, you guys, bye. I'll see you in the next one.